Heroes scoreboard.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
It's your boy, Slidewhistle.
'Tis I, Immunization.
And it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I just got to get out right here at the beginning of the program, and I got to make an official apology.
Oh no, what'd you do now?
This apology happened, it's because of an event that happened about a week ago. I kink-shamed my friend, Shaman of the Wilds. I saw on the Warcraft tag of Twitter them post Orc Hand Size Appreciation Post, Part 1 of ? Hashtag orcs, hashtag orc, hashtag World of Warcraft. And they featured a lot of shots of the CGI orc hands from the Warcraft film. I was like, wow, what's going on here? So I posted, or I quote tweeted it, "Quarantine has got folks horny for all sorts of things. Hashtag no judgment." And immediately, Shaman of the Wilds comes back. "Just an orc appreciator, okay? Quarantine gets no claim."
I saw you retweet this, and I chose not to interact with it because it made me feel weird. So
I didn't see this at all. When did this happen? What was I doing?
This was about 10 days ago. So, Shaman of the Wilds, it's not my thing, but you do you. I'm sorry for calling it out on my twitters.com.
Hey, listen. We don't do that on the internet, okay? Don't kink shame me. Like, I felt like it called you out, and I was like, oh my god, our brand.
It's all over. We're done for.
And if any podcast is shouldn't be kink shaming people, it's probably us who names a sexy NPC every week. Although I'm willing to bet, proportionally, we have fewer orcs than anything else, probably.
We do tend to avoid horde races because they're yucky.
You know what? Maybe I will also apologize for kink shaming. Maybe I also may have been a victim of this. Or next time a victim of this, but a perpetrator of this.
Oh no, what'd you do?
So I was just doing my thing. I was just getting some amina because I really need it for my next building upgrade, which I feel like we should talk about our building upgrades later, but that's for later. And I saw this measly little boy who was just on the road, and my convoke was off cooldown. So I'm like, well, I gotta use it, right?
So it was a dirty horde in your zone.
Yeah, and I'm in war mode. So I used it and I convoked. He wasn't max level, but we all know the risks of being in war mode, right?
I mean, that's just par for the course. This has been a thing for 2-3 years. You know how it goes.
So I drop his ass in 3 seconds, obviously. And not even what I would say 35 seconds later, I receive a very lovely whisper from a chamois on Tichondrius. The A has a little tilde over it, if you want to make fun of them. And it says, "Did you really convoke on a level 52 at level 60 with mythic gear and then plant a flag of ownership? That's cringe AF, LMAFFAO."
So, okay. He doesn't know that you accidentally spent a lot of money on a joke auction bid with this flag, and you're just trying to get your use out of it. You gotta use it.
Oh, and let me tell you, it's paying itself back in spades. The enjoyment I get from fucking sticking this thing in people's bodies is amazing.
Also, I replied on Twitter with this, but the fact that he calls you cringe, but he logs off of the character that you killed him on, logs into an alt that is of the other faction just to whisper you. And not only that, he had to memorize your username and your server, type both those things in, and then start whispering you.
The desperation. Then I was like, did you really just PM somebody because you got killed? And then he links me his gladiator achievements from Shadowlands and then says, you wish you had these. Oh, wait, you're just 1500 rating. You'll never get higher than that. And I'm just like, what? What's going on, man?
I am so sad he did not whip out the virtual glove and smack you to engage in a one-on-one duel of martial combat. I feel like that's always the next step for these guys. Like, did you really kill me? That's cringe. Come to Little Rock Isle and I'll get my main and we'll duel and you'll feel bad.
But he kind of tried to do that, kind of. So I just went about my business, doing my shit, and I see him again. I see him and I stare at him and he sees me and he immediately prowls and hides from me. And I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm not hunting you. I'm just doing my world quest, right? I'm just doing my shit. But then he comes out of stealth and I was like, well, he did whisper me mean things, so I'm going to convoke him again. And I did. I convoked him again.
Did he come out? Did he come out to fight, or he was just like, clearly the situation is diffused. He's not going to attack me again.
Oh, he tried to fight. He tried to silence me, root me, run away, and then like star search me. And he thought he would just like slash laugh at me while I convoked him in 3 seconds again. And so then I put the flag in him again and I leave. 30 minutes later, I see the man again. And I'm like, listen, I gotta teach you a lesson not to send dirty messages to people who kill you on the internet. So I killed him again. And at this point, I see that a feral druid who's in his same guild and his same server had come out and was in the area. My spy went off and said, like, you know, his name and his server and his guild. And I see a feral druid approach the area and prowl. And I'm like, this man literally had to call in backup because he was tired of getting killed for his own mistakes.
I mean, and then that gives you the perfect opportunity to just leave. So you're wasting everyone's time.
Oh, I was already done with my shit, so I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. Have fun sitting here doing nothing, friend of Mr. Crybaby.
How long do you think they waited after that? They were like, this fucker's just invisible. I know he's around here somewhere. It's just like the grandpa from Holes. It's like, Shamay, can't we go back inside? Well, let's do that, man. I know the feral druid's around here somewhere.
I hope that's what fucking happened because the time in between me killing him was kind of varied and it went from like 10 minutes to like 30 minutes. So he never knew when I was going to come back and sneak up on him.
And you can go invisible, so you technically can be anywhere.
Right. My only regret is that I blocked him because I was hoping he would get on a second Alliance tune, but he never messaged me again. So that's fun. Let's read this review we got. I guess we should have read it earlier. I didn't think my story would be that long, but here we are.
Yeah, the point of this is reading the reviews at the beginning so we can take our shots. So I guess cheers to this 5-star review from Vitek Bois. So I'm going to take my shot of vodka.
I'm taking my shot.
Whew. Okay, well, he gave us a 5-star review and he says, these guys are hilarious and have some really good conversations. Definitely makes for a good listen. However, my favorite part is that they actually engage with their fans. Try reaching out to them.
That's us.
Wait, try reaching out to us? Or like we try reaching out to them?
No, it was try reaching out to them. So like a suggestion to the listeners to reach out to us, I believe.
Yes. Please send us bullshit because we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do whatever. If you give us a review, we'll take a shot. And then it'll make for a more interesting episode, probably.
Also, if you email us asking us if we want to raid with you, we'll probably fucking do it because that's exactly what we did this weekend.
From a few weeks back, this is actually the listener who invited us and anonymously to raid with him in his guild, and Slide and I set that up. I believe this was starting the weekend that you were dog sitting, Aaron. So that's I don't think you would have been able to.
I would have done some viewer engagement. I would have loved to raid, but alas, no. I was on my old laptop, which was slow as molasses. I did like 4 world quests, and I said, that's all I can do on this thing anymore.
Yeah, that old laptop shit never feels good going back to. It's ooh. But yeah, so like they were on heroic bosses that like we were basically on too. So we killed Artificer with them, which is funny because we had already killed Artificer that same week, but like I just thought it was fun just to see the boss from a different perspective, to help a group get it down to begin with, and then also I need fucking Artificer fucking help. So the more pulls I get Artificer, the better I'm at.
Yeah, also these people were really funny. Like, okay, so they called General Draven General Dr. Avon, and I just think that is the funniest shit ever, and now I cannot look at him like the same again.
He's a very accomplished man. I could believe that he is both a military general and has his doctorate.
He's fucking esteemed, mate.
That's my soul bond.
But also the fucking best part of this raid. So we killed Zymox after like, I don't know, I think like 2 hours, and then we were just clearing trash for BOEs, and your boy got fucking 250k Gucci Loafers 2.0. The same BOE that I had from normal dropped for me in a heroic level, which is crazy.
Yeah, so even though
Ooh, getting drops.
I still haven't gotten a BOE yet this expansion,
all,
but
all I get is belts. And I got a wrist yesterday that was 3 eye level better.
Oh, that always kind of hurts. But my favorite part on top of that was that there's somebody in that group who I kept telling Immune was evil Scoot. We have somebody in our guild named Scoot. He's a little baby child. He's young, and this guy sounded just like Scoot, but he sounded like Scoot if he had one of those like cartoon, like Fairly Odd Parent reverse mustaches from like the Reverse Fairy world.
Like this was Tukes, Scoot's evil twin.
Yeah, and in classic Scoot style, when I got my BOE, he whispered me and was like, I'll trade you this cloak for those feet, which is something Scoot would totally do. But he said it in a very, it sounded sinister.
it was this kind of like sinister, almost threatening way.
I loved it because I'm like, man, you are evil Scoot. I love this shit.
There was also a raider who I think English was maybe his second language, and he spoke French, so he misspoke on Hungering Destroyer's name, and he called him the what was it, Hungarian Destroyer?
Yeah, I think he's French Canadian.
Pretty much.
I think he's French Canadian, but yeah, he called him a Hungarian Destroyer, and everybody laughed, and he was like, "What? That's his name," which made it so much fucking funny.
Yeah, and then somebody else said that sounds like a wrestler's gimmick, and I'm like, yeah, checks out.
So now they're just slowly ruining names for me, basically.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. During that time, I was watching the Dragon Quest movie, and it's really good for most of it until the very end. And then I just remembered that fact, thinking about that weekend, and now I'm sad.
I'm sad, says the little girl from Madagascar.
I am sad.
I miss her. I miss that little girl.
Did you ever tell that story on this pod or no?
No, and I won't explain it. I'm just going to let it hang in the air.
Maybe for episode 300.
Yeah.
We're going to really shoot our shot.
I will reveal a story from my time in Madagascar. A very mundane story. It's not that interesting. But maybe I'll tell my fever ghost story dream in the haunted house. Not now, but later. What's that face you just made, Immune?
Oh my god, our cat Illyria just took a steamy dump and I need to go bury it. She doesn't know how to bury her own poops.
Bury it.
Purse is very good at burying her poops. She does it for 20 minutes.
Khadgar tries to do that, but Illyria is just so dumb. She's like, shit, okay, I'm done. I can leave now. But the thing is, she cleans her asshole when she's done. Khadgar does not sometimes and will leave Hershey's kisses around the house.
Ooh, and your cats have long-ass hair, too.
Yep.
That's a lot of kisses he can leave behind.
So literally every so often we have to we're like, oh man, and then he'll hold Khadgar and I have to get a wet paper towel and wipe his ass like a fucking baby. And I'm like, this is what you are 5 years old, mister. I hope this is embarrassing for you as it is for me.
Shit, is he 5? Off pod. Damn, we're getting old.
I think he is, right? He's 5, right, Immune? Right, Alex? That was weird. 2015. Yeah, this boy's 5.
Fuck.
Okay, well, to get back on track, where were we?
Dogs with jobs, cool people, great eats at Great Lakes Crossing.
I'm just thinking about the, sign now at Great Lakes Crossing and the playground underneath it.
The only time I went to Great Lakes Crossing, we went to the Rainforest Cafe, and there were 4 fish that were dead. And I was like, we should tell someone. That's a lot.
It's the circle of life.
That's a lot of dead fish.
It's just realistic, okay?
All right. Well, how about we boogie on down into a time warp?
Oh no!
I would rather sashay left.
Too bad.
I
So
don't get it. The dancing is confusing to me.
oh, honors, baby. Let's give these people 40 seconds on the clock. Okay, I respond because I'm the one who's also doing the timer.
Are you, though?
Yes, I am. These fools have 40 seconds to answer a trivia question, or I guess to give me as many correct answers to the trivia question I will ask. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, and also one day we should have one that has one answer.
I thought about it.
Waste 34 seconds.
Of silence afterwards.
This one may actually have our least amount of answers. At least in a while. Okay, so I need you to name for me the wings in Torghast. On your mark, get set, go.
Soul
Upper
Forges,
reaches, twisting
Twistering
corridors,
Corridors,
Mort Regard,
Cold Heart Reaches.
oh,
You know, I just absolutely love
Yeah.
Torghast. I super write down their names.
I mean, Skull something or other, Skoldregar, Skull
Skoldagar. Shit.
I don't know.
Dang, you really found my big weak point here when it comes to Shadowlands. I'm just gonna say Soul Forges louder because I do know that one. Soul Forges. Hopefully that counts as double.
There's a fire one, maybe, or something.
Thank God.
So looking
I'm
at
already
this,
pouring.
I think you guys actually tied. I'm pretty sure you said 2 each. Aaron said Soul Forges, and I didn't count Twisted Corridors in my head, but that should probably count. I mean, like, it's not really a wing, but I feel like it counts as an answer. And you said Upper Reaches and Mort Regard? You had a second one, Immune, but what was it?
I think those are the 2 that I said.
So it's a tie. Okay. How about this? Tiebreaker question. It's going to be a quick one, so be ready. I need you to name a broker that is not Venari. Ready, go.
Mengath.
Artificer Zymox.
Is that first one? Is that first one a broker? Mengath?
You know what? It was just a shot in the dark. I thought that's one of the 2, because the 2 that you meet in each thing of Torghast do have names. I do not know if that is one. So
holy shit.
I do believe
Okay.
Immune wins.
Okay, we'll give Immune that one. If you actually called your shot and named a broker in Torghast, I'll take 2 shots on the podcast next week, because I don't think you did, but I'd be hella impressed if you did.
We will retroactively fact check this, but in the meantime, I'll also take a shot with you because why not?
When I looked up Mengath Warcraft, I did get the WoW Zone Family Entertainment Center in
What the fuck
Pennsylvania, so something tells me Mengath was not one, unless he works there too.
is that? Yeah, he's a broker that transcends Azeroth and real life.
Where do you think he gets all of his valuable items from, huh?
Join our birthday club and we'll send you 2 games of bowling for the price of 1.
The Shadowlands people eat that shit up.
Oh shit, even better, it wasn't Pennsylvania, it was southern Minnesota. Anyways, here I go to drink.
Whew, same.
I can say that because my alcohol is not very intrusive today.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking some Parrot Babe passion fruit because I said I want to look like an old homeless bum. I just want to drink right out of the bottle.
Some throwback to our early college days.
Shout out to Joe Bomarito. I don't know if you're listening. You're almost distinctly not listening, but I still remember.
Yo, Joe Amarita, if you're out there, please send us an email. We'd love to hear from you, bud.
God, I fucking love Joe Bomarito. I'd love to hear from him again.
You know
I
what?
hope he's not problematic. He had a lot of money, so he might have been problematic in the last 4 years.
Wait, didn't he play WoW though?
Absolutely not.
But there was one guy who was like, I don't like spaghetti. And that was his one hang-up was he hated spaghetti, but he loved WoW, and I'm pretty sure he gave Austin a lot of gold.
I wonder if Austin remembers all these paramours, but like we remember them because like, yeah, fuck that guy. It was WoW, not like spaghetti guy.
Honestly, not liking spaghetti is a really big red flag in my book.
Okay, wait, let's talk about WoW, not Austin's college men. Oh, okay. You know what? This is almost kind of a God, what do we call those things where we make fun of people on the internet for posting?
Heroes
Scoreboard.
Heroes
I think is this our first non-Aaron Heroes Callboard? I think it is, right?
I am super excited to just interrupt the fuck out of you for the next 45 seconds.
Okay, so so we have a Reddit post from Airatak, who's a Horde mage, which means he's already dumb. And this post has 1,001 upvotes, and it says, it's titled, "The 10K Covenant portal to Oribos does not work both ways. It only takes you from your sanctum to Oribos. There is no portal to go back from Oribos. Figured some of you might be interested and not invest the 10K anima. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. /S." Now, actually, the /S makes this very confusing, because that means sarcasm.
But the rest of the post implies very heavily that he is actually very angry and that this is in fact not sarcasm and he's very tilted, even though nowhere in the description of this transportation network upgrade does it say anything besides that it gives you a portal to Oribos. So
My biggest thing is you did say he was a Horde mage. Why is he posting about this? We routinely, when we meet back up in the Purple Palace and Legion, we talk about the fact that we don't say that the Oribos portal isn't two-way because we like seeing all those other foolish classes not be able to go there.
It's possible that he didn't update his Reddit flare. Mine still is a demon hunter, so maybe he just neglected it. But I really hope that he is a mage complaining about this. That'd be fucking funny.
I can't believe I paid all this money to go to Oribos. Maybe he's like me and he couldn't find the Oribos portal person until he was already like level 60 plus.
He just didn't know. But some of these comments, man, it's hilarious. MC Wanio says, "Yeah, seems pretty pointless for it to work that way. I guess switching your Hearthstone to Covenant Sanctum would counter it." Bro, where's your fucking Hearthstone set now? Are you telling me it hasn't been to your Covenant Sanctum this whole time?
very quickly, very early on into the expansion, I feel like the three of us and pretty much every other sane person decided and found out that the sane thing to do was set your Hearthstone to your Covenant, right? I mean, it's the fastest thing, it makes sense, and then as we have previously established, there are countless other ways to quickly get to Oribos other than fly there, so...
Oh.
And even flying there takes a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And I'm even talking, I come from Sinfall, which I'm pretty sure is actually, never mind. The one in Bastion is in like BFE that it takes a long time to cross Bastion to get back to Oribos. But still, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, I think Ardenweald is the closest and Bastion is the furthest. We're like in the middle, I think. But yeah.
Some of these comments are really fucking sending me. Shigu says, "Look, I know the mage teleport and portal spells are very valuable, but there are times in which they are adamant on making things really annoying for the sake of not making these spells obsolete. Why do we need such an immense amount of anima for a mere portal to the expansion central hub? The fact that it isn't two-way makes this
what a
even
big
worse.
brain boy, by the way. He's using a lot of big words here, like, it is inadequate, the immense amount of anima that we must sequester.
But then, hang on, Aaron, we got a suggestion that you might like, or slash you're not going to like. Honestly, at this point, I'd rather make transportation between major cities far simple and change the mage's teleports and portals to be used to move to more obscure but still useful locations. What's an obscure but still useful location?
Maybe like Torghast?
Yeah, like, I feel like it had to be expansion specific.
Or like
Like,
dungeons themselves, I don't know.
Like, who's gonna be like, send me to Arathi Basin right now, Plez?
Take me there. I have stuff to do.
All I know is we get a port to Theramore, and that is the most obscure place I can think of. Like, I think we're pretty much covered as mages. I think this guy's just very upset that he, I don't know, doesn't want to fly and just get a drink of water. Step away from the computer for 2 minutes.
I've always wondered about that one, like why you get a Theramore portal. It was never like a hub, was it? Is it just to give like the Alliance a portal to like somewhat southern Kalimdor?
Isn't it like our largest like Alliance settlement on Horde territory? I mean, other than obviously like the Night Elf zones.
Canonically, other than Teldrassil, yeah, that's supposed to be our biggest area. And then Teldrassil is nothing, and that's nothing.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, so like, was like it a portal and like a big deal before it got bombed because like we've only known it as like this place is destroyed, but now like, oh my god, are all the portals to Kalimdor from the Alliance perspective bombed now? And I'm ignoring the Exodar, and like that's coming from a Draenei because like that doesn't count.
I mean, yeah.
So when you go to Theramore, it takes you to 2009 Theramore. Because like there would be no point to anchor to after that. So, but yes, canonically, if you turn future mode on, there are no good places to go to in Kalimdor anymore.
Damn.
And the Horde still fucking has Silver Moon City, and so I'm saying fair's fair. Let's beat the shit out of Silver Moon City.
Let's bomb it. Like, apparently there's no consequences for fucking bombing cities. You can bomb anything you want, and then it's like, oh, but our leader told us to do it, so we had to do it.
Us Horde players weren't there when it happened, so we don't feel bad. Yeah, I'm dragging you guys for stuff that happened literally before I started playing.
Do you remember the Tauren camp that the Alliance killed 3 Tauren at because they wouldn't leave Taurajo?
I don't even think the
Taurajo
Taurens
camp?
remember.
That justifies 2 cities being burnt to the ground completely. Anyway, back to the subject matter. I have one more comment here from a legitimate mage who says, "Thanks for saving me 10k anima. As a mage, I would have definitely been mad. Bro, if you just had any level of reading comprehension, you could have saved yourself 10k anima. Nowhere on the tooltip does it say establishes portal to Oribos and establishes portal back from Oribos. It just says one way. Use your eyes."
Also, as a mage, why would you ever prioritize this when you already can teleport or portal to Oribos?
Hey, the people who teach you how to do it, they're a little out of the way. Okay?
They're really hard to get to.
They actually are not. It pains me that I spent 3 weeks before getting that.
I feel like people are really sleeping on their Hearthstones and also probably sleeping on some of the lesser known enchantments, because you can literally enchant your gloves, I think it's gloves, to reduce your Hearthstone cooldown by 5 minutes. My Hearthstone is on a 10-minute cooldown. Like, that's nothing. Why would I need to go back to Oribos every 11 minutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, you don't really need to go to Oribos much other than getting like the quests every week. And then also, I guess if you're leveling a profession, you need to go there. But there's really not that much reason to be there that often.
I mean, sometimes I port to Oribos when I'm trying to get to one of the other regions of the Shadowlands besides Revendreth because it's faster to just like port as opposed to flying directly. But yeah, as we said previously, like guys, like you have Dalaran Hearthstone, you have Garrison Hearthstone, you have Garrison Ship Thing, you have 3 Capes to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, you have like Borealis Ring, you have Old Dal Ring. Like, there's so many other things you can use that can get you to Oribos faster than flying there. So, like, I don't get it.
I mean, I guess when these goobers are taking Flight Pass out and setting their Hearthstone to Oribos, they deserve to be in this kind of teleport hell. They're doing it to themselves.
But the fact that it is so highly upvoted is concerning to me.
Well, Reddit.com loves to do one thing and one thing well, and that's complain about every single aspect of anything ever. So I'm not surprised that the echo chamber that is r/WoW is crying about something that's very common sense. Mwah.
Yeah, because literally day one shit, like, when I realized that, like, I had to choose between setting my portal to Oribos or my Covenant, I thought about all the options I had to make it easier to get to Oribos without setting my Hearthstone there. Like, I don't get it.
You know, someone did raise a good question, though. So how the fuck does the fungal network reach to Oribos? Like, how is the Mushroom Man getting this out there? How is he burrowing through time and space for this teleport?
He just puts you on a bus, but he blacks you out so you didn't know that he's just like, he gave you to one of those Oribos worms and was like, I don't know, bring him back.
Good luck out there.
I feel like we brought a lot of rage to that segment, so I need someone else to step in as a bastion of joy and loveliness. I can think of no one
Here I am.
Love. Hey, it's Slide. No, it's Growlina. Here's the break.
Fuck.
Well, greetings, all you lovely listeners. Growlina coming to you on this fine evening to bring you Growl on the Prowl. I'm having a lovely little chat with Corvus. Cor, many venturers out there are saying there's not enough loot to go around. Would you say that you agree with this statement?
Maybe not for other people. I manage by equipping all of the armor classes, since I can wear them all being a DK.
Wait, you wear all of the armor classes? I don't think you're supposed to do that.
I mean, they give me stat boosts, and I can wear them. It made sense to me. I just thought it was one of the perks of being a DK. You get to wear everything.
God, man, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I thought this was just Mog you have on. You're really wearing mail and cloth? You're what, like level 55? You've made such a hard life for yourself. Just wear plate, man.
LOL, it's worked for me so far, so I don't see a need to switch it up now.
Well, I'll just make sure and pray for your safety, Core, and I hope you find a plate chest soon. Until then, it's been Growl.
Thank you, Growlina. Whew, I'm ready to talk about a lot of topics, but hopefully it's not what buildings we have built.
Oh, well, I have some bad news for you, Aaron, because this next segment, we are going to talk about our... I don't know if you heard that through my mic, but Slide just farted. Disgusting.
Yeah! Grip it and rip it, baby!
Well, on that note, let's talk about what we've done so far in our Covenant Sanctums. And I'm talking, what have you guys chosen to level so far? I guess I can go first. And, like, I've chosen, like, what my current setup is. I have a Transportation Network level 2, an Anima Conductor level 3. That's the one I decided to push first. Adventure Table level 2, and my Core of Embers is still only level 1. And I technically could upgrade my Court of Embers to level 2 right now, but then I won't be able to update something next week. So I'm debating just not doing anything this week and then bringing either my table or my transport network up to 3 next week.
Okay.
That is fair.
So I think we all have different builds, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm sitting here 1, 1, 2, 3. I have a level 1 Queen's Conservatory, because fuck that place. Level 1 Command Table, because fuck that place. Level 3
Agreed.
Transport Network, and a level 2 Animal Conductor that I will be upgrading by the end of today. Or, sorry, not the end of today, I fucking wish. The end of the week. I need fucking 6.6k more anima, and I'm sitting at 23 redeemed souls to pour into it. The Conservatory is good later, but I just feel like I am not gonna do the command table until I absolutely fucking need to. Like, the rewards the upgrades seem so fucking bad. Who cares about, so what, they're gonna heal a quarter faster, okay? And you can decrease the time for an adventure. Who fucking cares? What a waste of anima.
I think I just did it so that, like, aesthetically I could see, like, level 2s. I don't know. I didn't really think much about it when I did it, and now I'm stuck with it, and I have to live with it.
Ouch.
So, as far as me, sorry, I have to think on the fly here. I have Conduit level 2. I have Transportation level 2, which, that's it. I'm done. I don't need to ever do 3 because I'm I'm privileged as a mage.
Ooh, I don't know about that. You might want to rethink that because there's a broken mirror system that the Venthyr get to use.
That is true. I did read a little bit about that. That was like 75% of our thing was like, you can recover mirrors and get a bunch of cool stuff. Well, no, so there's an Ouroboros portal.
Yeah, it's very much like an afterthought.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
So at level 3 of the Venthyr teleport network, you are sent on basically like a little mini quest to repair broken mirrors across Revendreth. Apparently, each day the locations of the mirrors change, and when you fix them, you patch them up, and then you go through them, and there's like rewards, I guess, at the end of these mirrors, like transmog, mounts, toy, pet.
Are those mirrors, like, added to your network, or no?
I do not think so.
I assume they're just treasure mirrors, so you'll go through them and be like, oh my god, you're on some broken piece of land in the twisting nether. Here's some anima.
Oh, so you're telling me that no matter what, we're only stuck with 4 with the Revendreth's mirrors?
Yes. If you want to get to the upper center, too bad.
It's so easy to prioritize other builds, of other buildings and stuff. Because like me and Tyre are on the exact same build, just like we swapped the conductor and the network. We both said, fuck our level 1 buildings.
Tyre has not prioritized Embercourt, which that's the only other thing. I am level 2 going towards level 3 Embercourt because I was like, I don't want to warp places because I can already kind of do that. Conduits or whatever, tables, whatever. But I want my Embercourt to be whipping. I'm at level 2. I'm rapidly trying to get to level 3. Even if I can't do it this week with the amount of souls I've saved, I'll just wait till next week.
So my main thought process behind building up my anima conductor first is because a lot of the like T-Mog and aesthetic things are tied behind that. And I know it might sound
like
hypocritical because last week was my first week where I started farming the... Fuck, what are they called? Grateful Blessings, is that what they're called?
Grateful Offerings. I
Yeah,
have so
Grateful
many of
Offerings.
them, I don't need to grab them for a little bit.
So maybe you're proud of me. I don't know how many you're at. I am at like 130 now after only farming for a week. So that's something.
Fair. I think I'd be at about 300.
Oh, shit. And this is after you bought a bat.
Yeah, this is minus the 100 I did for the bat.
But anyways, so like once you get to level 3, it unlocks new areas where like in the top left of Revendreth, there's that hard boss that you can face where it drops like the bloody knife appearance for like your back piece. And I was lucky enough to get that on my first drop. So that is what I got this week after I upgraded to level 3 of my anima conductor, and it looks really good with my Mog right now, and I'm really happy about it.
They look so fucking cool. Like, I wish I can get those. I want them so bad.
Slide in our chat said that the golden versions of those look lame, and I made sure to log on and talk to them like, you guys aren't lame. You'll go good with my Mog.
Oh, they
eventually
they know
when
they're
I
lame.
reach renown level 31.
Yeah, because like they look good with the set that you get through Renown and from buying from that vendor with the offerings. So like it'll all tie together very nicely in the end, yeah. But I feel like the ones that I got go really well with the set that we've been getting through the storyline. So I'm happy for that.
I'm gonna sign in here with a mini Heroes call board about the Ember Court that I found.
Heroes Mini Court.
Heroes Mini Court.
Submitted 1 day ago by Pathetic Moderator. Is there any reason to do the Ember Court?
That's okay. I'm gonna hold off till they finish.
I'll try to keep it civil, but I think the Ember Court just flat out sucks. It's like a little kid designed it. IDK if
This motherfucker got someone who had dangerous and put clean and didn't understand why he was failing.
IDK if I hate the pre-required quests more or the Ember Court itself more. I'm thinking of just giving up on it altogether. The fact that I spent 300 anima on a glitched Ember Court upgrade was the last straw. If you enjoy the Ember Court, I'm very happy for you because I bleeping hate it. They self-censored the word fuck.
Wow, what a cool dude.
Is it worth committing to? Do you get some sort of badass mount or X-Mug? Talk to me. That's how they end it. Talk to me.
Talk to me. But like, also, I'm sorry, but like 300 anima, that is literally like what, 2 world quests?
Yes, I know for a fact there are world quests that give you 95 times 3.
The top comment says, yes, the reason is to top your last Ember Court.
That next Ember Court is going to be crazy.
I don't know if we'll ever top this last Ember Court.
Is that what they say?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is verbatim what your boy in the party hat says.
Yeah, our party herald says that, quote.
Do you guys know what your title is for when you like finish it off and stuff?
What is it?
You lucky fuckers are gonna be getting the title The Party Herald.
And we're about to be stealing hams from Mr. Green's store.
Well,
What are you doing, Harold?
I'm the party herald now.
I was listening to an old episode. I was like, we haven't made a Harold and Mr. Green reference lately.
I mean, overall, I feel like this is like our literal 5th or 6th reference to that alone herald episode.
Yeah, honestly, whenever we do it, it's always Mr. Green and Harold. We never talk about how Mr. Green was almost killed by 2 hitmen on his birthday in that scary clown scenario.
That's fucking scandalous. You know that those were fellow butchers, and Arnold and Gerald were just seeing things.
At the end of the episode, they said, wait till you see what we give him next year. Yeah, he'll be sleeping with the fishies. And then they cut to dramatic music. Pork pie and other guy. Crack your beer. Let's hear it. Yeah, pork pie, get it.
Also, I would like to say that pork pie and other guy rhymes, and it's pretty fire.
Like, I was literally reading Reddit, and I'm like, man, everyone's being a fucking crybaby this week about every single aspect of the game. Are we hitting that stride when people are becoming disenfranchised with Shadowlands because they just want to cry about something now?
I will say, I think it's at least like 2 months past last time, so good job, Shadowlands. It means you're a legitimately really good expansion.
Who knows? 15.0, maybe they'll wait a year to cry.
One could only hope.
Also, the other butcher's name was Slick. It was Pork Pie and Slick.
Was it the guy who had like 3 hairs in his head?
Yes, he had a very long, pointy nose. He's very skivly. I was like, yeah, Mr. Green's gonna get it. And then later he's like, I meant he was gonna get his birthday present.
So last night, like, Slide and I saw this TikTok about how apparently, I don't remember this, but the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise recorded these like really weird and pointed, I am Yami Yugi, don't do marijuana ads.
4 Kids had him on some bullshit for a little while there. I'm sure Sonic the Hedgehog has one where he's telling you not to like smoke weed.
Yeah, I had never seen the Yu-Gi-Oh one before, which I was like, that's crazy. I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day.
I feel like they really missed the opportunity to have Sonic say, "Don't do speed."
Honestly, I'm sure he has. He's had to have had said that. Here's what we did in WoW this week.
Oh, okay, yes.
Immune, kick us off here at this haphazard final hour.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I will just very quickly add one additional thing that I did this week, because I did all my normal things, my dailies, my weeklies, filled up my vault pretty well. But something in addition that we did this week was that I feel like we started farming a bit more of the cosmetics. So I said earlier that I got those cool knives on my back, but I also, with you boys, got the Wild Seed Cradle in Ardenweald, and Slide and I got this really cool, I forget its official name, but it's this shadowy unicorn mount. Also in Ardenweald.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. It's the Nightmare Rare, whatever the fuck. It's some pony.
Yeah, so you have to go all across Ardenweald and get all these pieces to make this Nightmare charm, and then go into basically the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Realm to get it. Oh, and then the three of us also started getting progress towards Blanchy.
I was just gonna say, we could have fucking had Blanchy by now. I've missed 3 fucking days.
I've missed a bunch of them because I lack the patience.
Ugh, I want this fucking stupid horse.
I'm just really glad that you don't have to do them in consecutive days, so that's nice.
Because we're 3 out of 7? 4 out of 7?
I am 1 out of 7. I have not done anything past when we met
there.
up the other day.
That's your house.
I have to go to work now.
I mean, okay, so to be fair to all of us, on the first day, we also gathered all of the ingredients so that literally all we have to do every day is just find Blanchy, so server hop until we find her. We did the hard work, we just need to queue in and find somebody who's already found her, and then, sometimes that's hard, but we'll get it eventually. Slidewhistle, what'd you do?
Hey everybody. So I got my PvP spider mount completed. Ooh, don't mind my little toot there. I have my spider boy, which is great. Actually, I think it's a girl. Her spinnerets are pretty big. Now I'm actually working towards progress on getting my vicious saddle mount, because I feel like last time I got a PvP mount, I got it literally on the last week of the season. This time I feel like I'm so ahead of the fucking curve in PvP that I can probably get a saddle as well. I'm at 3% of this bar, which is great because I can get that fucking war bear that I wanted for so long. So that's gonna be dope. A couple of weeks ago, actually, honestly, it was 2 months ago, I got an achievement that was congrats, you did 5,000 quests, and I was oh, that's cool. And then I was wait, that means I can finally be a guide. So that's right, I've joined the guide group.
So now you get to see personally what we see every day, where people accidentally post in this chat with posts that just say AASSSSSSDDDWWWW.
Yup.
My favorite is /space/wave, because I know they're trying to wave at the ogre guy, and I always go in there and I'd be no space, honey. It's just /wave.
Okay, yeah. So is that a Revendreth thing?
No, that is when you're waving to people on the whatever the tutorial island is. You have to wave at an ogre, and every new person fucks it up.
Yes, okay, yes, because somebody this is literally my only experience with guide chat has either been Quelthers typing in Spanish to me and me being I can help you, but can you say it in English? And then they do. Or people going, wave Gorgeth, wave Gorgeth, wave Gorgeth. What happened? What's going on down here? What, you threw your phone at our cat?
Dropped it, and then I hit it, and then it...
Well, she's leaving now. Rightfully so. I would leave too if I was her. Anyway, it kind of sucks. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but it's pretty bad.
This is my big revelation months later. It's not fun. I don't feel like a hero. I just talk to children every so often.
Poor guys. So I did that. I'm getting my Amina. It feels weird not having more campaign quests to do. I feel kind of empty.
Yeah, because starting this week, we only get 2 renown a week, and there's no more campaign. So yeah, it's gonna be a slow grind to the end with no story. It's a little weird.
My campaign feels so unfinished. I hate it.
Where's Garrosh? He was in your fun painted trailer. Where is he?
It's a great question. Aaron, what'd you do in WoW? What was your week like?
This week in WoW, I began downshifting on Growlina. I do my dailies with her. I am attempting to become close associates with Venari. But other than that, I am now starting my adventures on Booty ATW and her adventures.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's fun. It's a little sad because she was up to date in BFA. So like as I level, none of the gear is good for me yet. But we're getting there soon. And soon she'll be a cool, valid option. But the main thing that I did this week was receive in my World of Warcraft paper through the nether mail a scam.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
So I receive a piece of mail from Ronzinus, and I said, surely that's some sort of character, like, it's like, oh, you dropped 60 gold in the nether, or like, oh, here's your items. And I go, and the subject line is great discount. I unroll the piece of parchment, and this is the message. Dear customer, sorry to bother. XMMO Mall is a professional website selling WoW Shadowlands Classic. They'd put 2 A's in Classic and only 1 S. Gold and boost character item update. We provide GLOD, GLOD, cheapest price and boost your character level to 15. PvP rank update and get Shadowlands PvP mount, etc. Mythic Dungeons plus 15 achievement and Mythic Dungeons plus 7 wiggle 15 key. Shadowlands leveling 1 to 60 fastest 100% safe trade. Please contact the live chat for more help. Love, XMMO Mall.
Wait, okay, I have a few questions here. First off, did you report them? Because I feel like you can report them for this. Second of all, they like signed off by saying love? What the fuck?
And I checked, by the way, XMMO Mall is a real website. Don't go to it. It's sketch as hell. My computer is probably destroyed just from even viewing it.
That's the revolving. I've never received in-game spam mail like this before. Damn.
I was like, this person had to see me somewhere in the world and be like, I will catch them in my web.
Maybe you just look really vulnerable. Like, they're like, this boomer with Growlina, I got her.
I mean, I am very vulnerable. They saw me sitting down and they're like, what are you eating, boost food? And I said, I'm just eating my buns. I need them to heal because I can't heal otherwise. But that's really it. Just a week of trying to get scammed and leveling Booty ATW. Booty all the way, as Kata would say.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to get my paladin upgraded. Good old Felipe. It's so weird that I have my own name on my fucking server.
What?
Has that been established?
Is that lore?
It's DNR lore.
Hey, Aaron, you're so an alchemist, right? Can you make me
Yes.
elixir of tongues?
No.
Well, you should be able to. I think it should be like a easy recipe from BFA. I think.
Maybe.
It's the one that
I'll check.
It's one that allows you to talk with the opposite faction.
Yeah, I know. I know
well,
what it is.
but-
Yeah, I can check when we're in there.
Well, the thing is, there's none in the auction house. I bought them all. I bought literally all of them, all 17 of them for 100 gold. So no one's buying them. So, but like I use them a lot.
Well, I guess it's about time to head on into our sexiest NPC of the week, baby.
Oh, I've been waiting all episode.
And this week's sexiest NPC of the week is another Shadowlands dungeon end boss, and I'm talking Davos, honey.
Ooh.
I can't even. I'm not even gonna pretend. She's attractive. I enjoy her.
So you're welcome to an army. We actually decided to not go with the goof this week and actually choose somebody who is actually probably objectively sexy. She pretty thick, honestly.
I envy every single tank out there every week that Davos gets to fucking put her big ass foot right on top of you and give you a good old squish.
I want to take my spear and spear Davos, and I never miss with mine. Unlike when I throw that spear in the dungeon, which I have missed
Everybody
before.
fucking misses it. How hard is it to throw a spear?
I don't know, apparently hard. Tell me about it. As a healer, you have to deal with the consequences of people missing their spear on Davos.
Hey, you know what? Davos is so fucking kinky. You want to know how I fucking know? This bitch is already fucking blindfolded 24/7.
Ooh. She said, I don't... Actually, that joke fell apart. Ignore that.
Well, so like, before the spear phase, she has her own spear, and she targets one of us, and she's like, I'm gonna run through you with this spear. So basically, she targets one of us, and she's like, I'm gonna peg you right now.
She's so hot. I managed to always involuntarily burst at her, which in the bed is like, oh. But in Raid is like, oh god, how did she accidentally get pulled? And I said, I'm so sorry. Soul Igniter does that sometimes.
My favorite, though, is when she pulls out her whip and, like her namesake, she goes, whip it good. Get it? Because Davos is Devo. Devo.
Is Devo? What the fuck? Well, Slide has killed the segment.
Do you think that she was to be with Uther? Are we stepping in on a relationship here? Because I feel like she was really she was like, I am down to clown with being good. And then Uther showed up and she was like, I'm all about, I literally created being evil now because of him. Do you think that we'd have to contend with Uther for her heart?
Bro, you cannot beat Uther's mustache rides. Have you seen that man's facial hair?
Oh boy. I was just gonna say that, like, this is just like Davos's first fling. All of us like fall too hard in our first fling. So she was like, she took it to the extreme. She's like, I'm gonna abandon everything I've worked for all of eternity, and
I'm gonna
be a
literally
bad girl
fucking
now.
die.
I don't mean to get too sexy here, but I'm going to. Davos can fly, right? So, like, imagine you are a non-wicked character. You could have coitus mid-air if she just hangs on to you tight enough. Or if you're, you know what I mean, inside tight enough.
Dude, if I could bust a nut while flying through the air...
Isn't that crazy? It's a crazy thought.
That'd be epic, dude.
I was going along more of the route where it's like, if she carries you around like most of the Kyrian folk carry you around, you can get pretty kinky with that too, because like a lot of the time I've just been like choked out, carried like across the map by one of these angels. So I'm like, maybe Davos is into that. I don't know.
Sometimes they're flying across the longest stretches of land, and it's like, please, I can't breathe. Put me down. Save for it. Banana.
I may have to switch covenants because, with the Revendreth, the only person who's allowing me to have mid-air spectacularness like that is General Dr. Avon, and I don't feel the same way about him.
I do.
Who am I kidding? I do too.
What if Blizzard has been like, you know what, we love this podcast, but they sometimes just talk about our NPCs in such a way that's unforgivable, we could never reach out to them ever.
I mean,
every week they're like, we're ready to reach out, and they were like, I want to goo in Kel'Thuz's eye holes. Maybe next week.
Well, maybe they shouldn't make the fight with Davos two really gigantic women who are scantily clad, and we're like literally in their gooch as we're fighting underneath the two of them, and they're really thick and really sexy.
If you guys want us to stop,
I want to fucking arc on her. You feel me?
listen. We'll go corporate. We'll cut this segment. If this is the reason why you won't talk to us, we'll do it. Not really. Fuck y'all. Like we're gonna fuck Davos.
This week's sexiest NPC of the week is Blizzard, baby, because fuck Blizzard.
Bobby Kotick, your time's coming. Just you fucking wait.
I'm about to shoot my fucking goo on the big statue out front.
That's for a later episode. Don't spoil it now.
Episode 300.
Our big one. All right. Well, Davos, we're gonna give you your reward, so you got it.
Yeah, you're hot.
It's fucking spicy. I'm breathing heavy over here.
Breathing heavy.
People crying about Firelands raid. It's honestly another mini Heroes Call War that I don't want to get into. But people are literally crying that they're like, they nerfed the amount of loot that's coming out of the Time Walking raid. And it's like, yeah, they obviously have a level which they think loot should drop at. Do I agree with it? No. But why would Ulduar drop 8 times the loot of a regular raid and that be considered okay? It's not, you fucking idiots. Don't cry that your fun's being nerfed when it's just bringing it into parity. Dumbasses.
Whew.
Get 'em.
That was my Fireland soliloquy. Thank you.
And I guess that means it's time to head into our top toot, bottom boot, or medium moot of the week. Do you want to start us off, Aaron?
Oh, sure. Cubby Bub and I got engaged. We are to be wed.
So that's a medium moot?
That's a fucking bottom boot. My Playboy's days are done. No, that is literally the toppest toot that I could ever imagine. I am so excited. And don't you worry out there, DNR Army. Whenever we look up theming things for our notes, she's always like, how much Warcraft can we put in there? And I straddle the line between like, yeah, and like, my grandmother is coming to this event. We probably should tone it down.
Yo, you should hire somebody to come in as an orc, and then you just pull out a big sword and you kill him before you get married.
Every fucking World of Warcraft wedding is either everyone brandishes a huge recreation of like a Warcraft weapon, which looks lame, or every single groom wants to be Varian, and then the other person's like, I guess I'll be Tyrande. But Tyrande, when you're not like a purple, tall, gray-haired woman, just looks like a wedding dress. So it just looks like some asshole guy who's like, yeah, put me in Varian armor.
Well, it's because if the other person decides to be Tiffin, they have to get beamed in the head with a rock eventually.
I was gonna say, like, the other person, like, realistically would have to be a corpse bride, like a bloody head, like maybe carrying a rock up to the altar. I don't know.
I just want to let everyone out there know when our wedding eventually does come, I will refuse any member of the Defias Brotherhood to show up. I can't have you braining Gubby Bub.
Oh god, that'd be so fucking funny, but also so sad.
Fucking, you guys are gonna be there, so you better block that rock.
Block the rock. Block the rock.
I already did. He posts problem. Well, no, he just talks about Jumanji 2, and I can't handle that. Anyways, Slidewhistle, what is your TT, BB, MM?
I'm gonna give a bottom boot to some members of my raid team in Group 1.
Whew, child, we did not talk about raid this week.
We're getting married. You can't talk about us like that.
I'm not gonna name names, but some people in this group, I'm realizing why Group 1 is truly Team B. It's because the people aren't fucking trying hard enough. We have 2 people who don't have their legendaries yet. Bro, we're on heroic rating.
I was actually worrying. I was like, does he mean me? But I do have one.
They don't have legendary. They never do Torghast, and I'm like, what? Dude, you need these. Like, you do need them.
It is standard at this point. It is. We are like 2 months in. You should have enough soul ass to make one.
It's like, don't log on just for raid if you aren't do other things, please. Then we had the people who consistently are crying at their vaults, and the vault criers are always group 1 people. They're like, well, I only had to open 2 things and I got nothing good out of it. I'm so sick of this game and I hate the vault. And I was like, well, you can get other vault options, right? And he was like, they were like, PvP, I hate it. Mythic Plus, I don't have time for it. And I'm like, okay, well then you can't complain about it if you don't do the content. What are you doing other than raiding then?
I was going to say, like, if all they do is raiding, then last expansion they wouldn't have even had a chest.
That's the thing. And so I'm always like, well, this, even if you have at least 2 options, your options are still better than what they were last season, which would have been 1. But you're right. They actually would have been 0 if they're not doing mythic dungeons. So yeah, and then we have people who are switching their mains halfway through our progression, but your other class is already very geared. Why are you switching to this one? And that's fair. If you don't like how you feel as a class, I get it. But man, when your new class that you're playing is doing like significantly less damage than your main, maybe go back to your main and help us clear some shit so we can beat Sun King, please God.
It's at this point that I'm glad that the 3 of us sit as very essential members of the raiding team, because I can sit on high and judge these people. Like, yes, please stop having fun. We need to beat these things right now. We don't know when the next raid is coming, so then you can show up on your
unnamed class.
I doubt he's gonna find us, but yes.
Everybody can find us, that's the thing. Hey, Pally Powder, what happened? Pally Powder joined the guild and he whispered me like, love the podcast. And then he left the guild. But when he left the guild, he typed /gquit into guild chat. So everybody saw it. Everybody saw the man try to leave and he got roasted as he was like, /gquit. And then he actually left the guild. What happened, my dude?
That alone right there is one of my biggest fears, and that's why I would literally always like just press J, open the guild tab, and then like right click on myself in the roster and say leave, because I would never want to actually type that and mess it up. It's like the same level of like typing your coordinates into guild chat when you're trying to like put in a TomTom coordinate.
Ooh, that gives me anxiety.
It is the same level as typing in like www.aaaaaadddd because you didn't know that you had entered the chat channel.
Is that rotation? Okay, but I mean, what about you? What's your TTBBMM?
I'll make it quick because we're running a little long, but I have a medium moot this week, and overall it is trying to pug Mythic Plus, and I tweeted about this earlier in the week, but this is what tipped me over the edge this week. I was like an hour or 2 before the reset. I was trying to get one last key in there, and I see this post that it just says, +10 mists, pushing, need Resto Shaman, Demon Hunter Tank, Druid, and Fire Mage. I'm like, dude, you have like 45 minutes before the reset. Like, you just need to get in there. Like, you might not even be able to finish this dungeon before then. What the fuck is this shit? That's bold.
Listen, sometimes you gotta call your shots and hope you can clear it in 30 minutes. I mean, I guess
when you have that little amount of time, you said, okay, cut the bullshit. I need this amount of people, and I know we can do it. I'm so sorry, Immune, that you don't meet the criteria for this group of people.
Okay, Mr. Fire Mage. But, like, okay, so, like,
God,
yeah.
I wish I could sneak into a 10. I show up and they're like, wow, you're a baby boy. Fuck off. And I'm like, which is why I can only do 10s with my boys.
But, yeah, overall, like, it verges on bottom boot because, like, some of these people, even if it's not an hour before reset, like, are very specific about the healers they want. Like, they all, like, see that the top tier people are like, Resto Shaman's really good at this, so this is the only thing I want. Also, they may have forgotten that they haven't picked up a hero class yet, so they need that. Dudes, like, you are a +10. You're not a mythic raider right now. What is this shit? Get off your high horse. But it's not a bottom boot because I see posts like this that I just described that are so funny. I cannot help but laugh.
It's funny, if only people who would run 10 keys together would offer their keys occasionally to the guild, aka the group that sits in the Discord that's not the guild Discord, it's going to be a problem. Which also, Lynn, our raid lead.
I'm sorry, I yawned there.
Yeah, it's a very long yawn. If Lynn, our raid lead actually called them out on Tuesday. Lynn was complaining. He was like, yeah, so like we need to get one of our tanks through some Mythic 8s. The other guy was complaining about how my vault always sucks. It has 2 options. And Lynn was like, okay, listen, I will run you through 4 Mythic 8s, okay? And I said, why not 4 10s? They're easy. And he said, because nobody ever has a 10 key. And if they do, they only run it on their private Discord with themselves. Like, he fucking got him.
Whew. Honestly, someone had to say it. Well, I will say we are on the right side of history because we personally have run with this other tank that was requesting help. So
yeah, I always offer up my 10 keys to fill to the guild, and however it is always at like Sunday at like 11 o'clock p.m. So it's just Myth Online.
I was gonna say, you guys tend to run pretty late. As much as you offer me bat signals to help, sometimes it's like, fuck off, guys. It's like 2 a.m. I can't do this.
So you're telling me I'm the one who's going to work tomorrow at like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, why am I doing this now? I could have done this at like 2 p.m.
You're sleeping at 2 p.m.
I am normally sleeping at 2 p.m. But yeah, Lynn called them out, and they ignored it because they're fucking in their private Discord. And I'm getting mad about this again. I was at work and I was like, I could leave this guild and find a different guild that was more unified than this shit right now. So, but I feel like I go through these waves every 3 months.
You better take me, your old ball and chain. You ain't gonna find no one with this broke ass fire mage.
I just want a guild that recaptures Animal House. I want to feel like we're all one unit and not like 18 fractured groups that are in one guild. It feels lame.
The sad truth is we didn't know what was happening then, and it was probably fractured, and that's why I fell apart. But in my heart, that was my peak of all guilds. Nothing will be better.
R.I.P. Animal House. Okay, but we gotta get out of here. I gotta pee real bad, and I want to play WoW before raid, and because I fell asleep for so long. If you have any comments, questions, complaints, if you want to send us, if you find any internet complaints like the ones that we read today, which were a lot, please send them our way. We would love to rip on people who are dumbasses on the internet.
A guest heroes call board.
Ooh, I'd love that. Send them to donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at Do Not Relent. What about you, banana heads? Where can I find you on the internet? Do Not Relent Pod is our Twitter. Figure it out.
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter.com, and you can follow our literary musings on DoNotRelent.livejournal.com.
And with that, we're out of here. Bye. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.